It is the KJ Today Show, your place for the positive vibes of pop culture, people to know, and pets. And we have two guests with us, and I am so pumped about both of them going on tour together. Straight No Chasers. Seggi is here with us, and singer-songwriter Lisa Loeb also here to talk about the Straight No Chaser Summer, the 90s tour. I just want to say first a warm welcome to both of you. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
And I've got to start off by letting you know, Seggi, that we're in Indianapolis, and Indianapolis loves Straight No Chaser.
Sure do. And we love Indy, one of our favorites for sure.
You had an amazing run here last year, so many sold out shows. And now let's start off by talking about the 90s tour and why. I mean, obviously we love her, but how, I guess, you got Lisa Loeb to join you.
You know, when we were thinking about the 90s, you think about all those quintessential songs that really take you back to that time. And, you know, I don't know if there's a bigger one than Lisa Loeb's Stay, I Miss You. I mean, it's like the 90s song. So it just made sense. And, you know, the way she performs and the way she sings, it pairs so well with us because our audience is going to absolutely love everything she does on stage. And we're hoping that her audience will also love what we're doing. So it's going to be a nice crossover. I think there's going to be a lot of the same demographic, but it's just easy to listen to. It's fun. It's relaxed. We're going to make sure everyone's having a great time.
How is it for you, Lisa, to hear, Seggi talk about you and Stay, I Missed You, and realize how iconic and meaningful that still is to so many of us today?
It really means a lot, especially coming from him. I mean, their group is so talented, and like you said, I'm so excited to play because playing concerts and getting to connect with people and the audience. I've got a great audience, they love to listen to music. They love to tune in and really like hear what's happening. And they've got so much to give on stage that, you know, whether you know them well or not, like just the songs they choose, the way that they perform them is really magical. And I'm excited about that. And it feels great. You know, I'm still connected to my song. And as somebody who grew up listening to a lot of music, I get it. You know, like there's so many bands. I went to go see a concert last night and I was talking to some of the musicians I loved from the 80s. Thomas Dolby, I'm a huge fan. I got to talk to him last night. Tom Bailey from Thompson Twins. And, you know, to be able to hold both things that you really love, like the big hits, but you just love them as musicians, that can all happen at once. And it's amazing to be inside of that, you know?
Yeah, and while we're talking about that, you just had an amazing cameo, and that song played a big role in that 90s show. Can you talk a little bit about being on set with that cast?
Yes, you know you've made it when somebody is like changing the lyrics to your songs at summer camp or on live or on TV. You know what I mean? I think we actually sang the actual song, but it was amazing. On that 90s show, they completely recreated the set of my song Stay, at least through the camera lens. It looks like it's the exact set. One of the main actors was dressed exactly like me. We recreated my dress, my Betsy Johnson dress, and I was in it as well. But it was just such a cute moment, a really fun plot that happened in the TV show, that 90s show. And it's just so much fun. Like I grew up also watching musicians like Paul Simon on Saturday Night Live, or Martin Mull, people who had comedy and music, and you could be really serious and you could have a lot of fun with your music as well. So I love being in that, you know, group of musicians who can do that.
Lisa Loeb is here with us, and so is Seggi from Straight No Chaser, which, as you know, we know here in Indy, formed originally at IU. And I believe, Seggi, you crossed paths with Ryan Allward, right?
Absolutely. Indy Now's Ryan Allward. Yeah, he was in the group with me in college and as a professional. So Ryan is one of my close friends, probably the funniest guy I know, but he's Indy's darling right now, and it's pretty amazing to watch all of his success post Straight No Chaser in Indy.
Yeah, it is. I've got a guest spot next week on the show with Ryan, and actually he was on my radio station for a little while. So we go way back, and wanted to kind of reflect with you. I mean, loving what you do. Did you have any idea that Straight No Chaser would become what it has today?
No, of course not. This was just a way for us to hang out in college and meet some girls and maybe be invited to some sorority formals. But it's just about having a good time. I think if you ask any musical artist or anybody if they could choose to travel the world with 8 of their other closest friends and work together, and at the end of your workday people stand up and cheer, I think people would jump at that chance 10 times out of 10. And we're just somehow lucky enough to do that. And it's just incredible. And, the love we get in Indiana is amazing. Being back home again in Indiana is always the highlight of our tour. That's why we do 4 shows in Indy. We do Fort Wayne, South Bend, Evansville, Bloomington, and now we're adding Shipshewana to the mix. I didn't know there was another city in Indiana that we hadn't played before, but it's going to be amazing. We're Indiana boys, and we can't wait to be home.
And I did see the Straight No Chaser Summer the 90s tour is making a stop in Louisville on July 27th, and that's such an easy drive from Indy too. So I'm sure that you'll have some Indiana fans representing at that show.
Oh yeah, well, we see all those IU shirts in the crowd, so we love it. Go Hoosiers.
All right, Seggi, I have to completely derail for a second because I am the kitty correspondent for Pet Pals TV, and I can't have Lisa Loeb here without talking a little bit about cats.
I love cats. I am a cat woman, not a cat lady, first of all. I feel like cat lady is the person who's got like a million cats, wandering into the food in the pantry. But this is like, I love my cats, my 2 cats. And all cats. I will walk up to any cat on the street and talk to them, pet them. My husband says, watch out. I'm like, oh, but it's a cat.
It's how I am too, out in public or at a party. If there's a cat, everything else loses my attention. I did have a one question from Kim, who is listening, specifically about cats. Lisa, she wanted to know if you could share the story behind the cat that is in the Stay music video.
Oh yeah, the cat in the Stay video was Ethan Hawke's cat. Ethan Hawke, the actor, directed the video Stay, I Missed You. He helped me get that song into the soundtrack for the Reality Bites movie and into the movie that he was in. He passed that song along to the director, Ben Stiller, and the music supervisor. But anyway, he helped get the song in there. And then he had this great idea to shoot a 1-take video where literally there's no edits. It's just 1 take. We shot it many, many times, but the one that you can see on YouTube, it's literally 1 take. And we thought it would be fun. Well, he thought it would be an interesting thing to do to have his cat Mardeau in the video, because it also it emphasizes this 1 take. Like, how do you do this? The cat's in the video, and then the cat walks out of the video and walks through the video. But it was Ethan Hawke's cat.
Amazing. Thank you both so much for joining us today. Lisa Loeb and Seggi from Straight No Chaser, the Summer 90s tour. Go check out the dates and check out the show. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me for another celebrity interview. KJ Today, where you'll find the positive vibes of pop culture, people to know, and pets. If you like this interview, please make sure you give it a like, rate, review, and subscribe. And join us on YouTube the first Wednesday of every month for the full KJ Today show, where we play trivia, bring you more celebrity guests, and even a pet of the week to keep you feeling the positive vibes.